This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
It was at the 2016 Royal Rumble that AJ Styles made a shocking WWE debut in the Royal Rumble match.
We can drop the audio from here on out. We've skipped a lot of fun matches on the show. I want to mention this one in a landslide for the best match poll for the Wrestling Observers. 226 votes for this one. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns got 56 votes for this one. The Royal Rumble itself got 24 votes. Now, the worst match poll, that also was a landslide. Nia Jax and Sasha Banks. We also skipped Neville and Rich Swann, a SmackDown women's 6-person matchup, and we skipped Charlotte and Bayley. But this is the era where they were doing takeovers as well. And the night before, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura stole the show. 85.9% thumbs up. Look how long this entrance is here, Tony. This is San Antonio in a dome. This is the Alamo Dome where they held the Royal Rumble back in 1997. So it's kind of fun to come back all these years later here. 20 years later, they're back in the Alamo Dome, except this time they probably didn't need near the help to sell it out as they did before.
Yeah, I noticed that too on the wide shot or the overhead shot, how long that it was, almost as if they needed those carts they had back in WrestleMania 3 to get there.
Well, they do. Now, not everybody uses them, as you saw. AJ did not, but
right.
Say when the Big Show comes down and Mark Henry, they're going to be riding a gimmick to the ring. Let's track the audio here for John Cena's entrance. Listen to this reaction.
For nearly a dozen years, he has been the WWE franchise player, and he says tonight.
Big reaction from John Cena. We just got the audio, but the little salute to Stu, the cameraman, who's going to be taking the run with him, and whether you booed him or you cheered him, John Cena had you doing something. You were not sitting on your hands. Everybody in the arena standing here, and this is a big old crowd, as you got a wide shot there a moment ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's got Florida Gator colors on, and I'm sure that pissed AJ Styles off as much as anything else. Have you seen John Cena's HBO Max show?
I'll never watch that. No, sir.
Okay.
Isn't it related to something with
comic books? Yeah. Superheroes.
No, thanks.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of silly.
Oh, I'm sure he does a great job in it.
He does, but the premise is really just, I don't know.
It's silly even for you?
Well, sometimes, to me, sometimes you can have a very good talent like John Cena is, and you could have a very good premise, but sometimes the writers can ruin that, and I think it happened there. So that's my feeling on that. But it's okay. Listen, Lois watched part of it with me, and she went, "Boy, there's some silly shit here." I said, "Yeah." I like how the signs are out and the signs are back. And
hey, I had my first big head sign at this. This is the first time somebody brought a big Conrad head to.
That's right. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that, thinking, "Wow,
pretty cool."
Yeah.
I want to mention this is the era where Samoa Joe is going to debut. This is the era where Goldberg is coming back. And of course, you and I did Goldberg as our very first episode of What Happened When. This is long before we settled into a watch along style format. Look at that crowd, dude.
Tremendous.
So many people. Little Nate still looks just like that. I had the good fortune of spending some time with him on Friday, and he's found the fountain of youth, dude. He looks the exact same in 97 and 2017 and 2022.
Well, fillers and Botox these days will help things out, and hair dye.
Well, okay, he's hair dyeing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fillers and Botox.
So he says.
No, he's still got the wrinkles. You can see them.
Oh, they don't get rid of all of them, from what I understand.
I'm just saying that little motherfucker, he runs around like 50,000 steps a day. So he's fountain of youth. This is a big time match right here. Listen, a lot of people you heard had a big reaction for John Cena, a lot of boos and whatnot, but you haven't seen a ton of John Cena matches. His run, you were really not watching wrestling. We did watch him and CM Punk in Chicago, but that was 6 years prior to this. At this point, most everyone considers AJ Styles to be the best wrestler in the world. And this is a big time stage for him. He debuted a year prior, fresh off of his New Japan World Championship run. And now here he is as the top guy. And John Cena had referred to himself as the face that runs the place or something like that.
Right.
And so this is sort of like, it's not the same. And I know people are almost going to laugh at the comparison. But if WWE had a Hulk Hogan in this era, if this was the 80s, then this would be legitimately like Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan. Because everyone thought Ric Flair was the best wrestler in the world, but he had always been in the smaller organizations.
Right.
He had been an Impact and been, their champ forever. And then he went to New Japan and proved that he could do it there. And now here he is on the biggest stage. So in that regard, this is sort of like a more modern Hogan Flair, where, maybe a lot of the guys in the crowd and older folks had grown tired of the presentation, but the kids still loved it. That's very Hogan-esque and Cena-esque. And these guys are going to have one hell of a show. I think you're going to really dig this match.
Arn Anderson was the coach on this, I do believe, because he did all John Cena's matches.
And here's what it's like to age a John Cena match. Have you ever talked to Arn about that?
Yes, I have.
What do you want to do, John? Okay, sounds good.
Exactly. I guess that's why they had Arn do it, so Arn could just nod his head and go on about his business.
I mean, that's like, I want that job. Yeah. I want to agent John Cena's matches.
Right.
You're going to get paid. You're going to get to see the world. And then you ask that one question and say that one sentence. What do you want to do tonight, John? Okay, that sounds good.
The fans, I guess, was this the era? Did they started to boo John Cena, didn't they?
Because they were booing him huge when that music hit. Now, that being said, it really is truly 50-50. You've got 50% of the audience that's guys that are my age and we're booing. But then you got 50% of the audience that's women or children or parents who brought their kids or what have you, and they're cheering John Cena.
Right.
And that's what made it interesting for John Cena here, at least in my mind, that it was 50-50. So you would almost hear like dueling chants a lot, Cena sucks, let's go Cena. So it's 50-50, but there is a reaction. That's the thing. A lot of times, WWE wants us to get excited about something that frankly, we're just not.
Right.
But whether you're excited to cheer or excited to boo, you're still excited. And here, this is real cut and dry. If you're like a quote unquote smart mark, then boy, you love AJ Styles and you want WWE to push him and guys like him. But if you're a WWE purist and you're just a fan, who buys your John Cena hustle, loyalty, and respect shirts, you want, AJ to get back down to the minor leagues, and let's get back to our course of business with John Cena here.
When did John Cena first start? Around approximate time?
2002.
Okay, so now, fast forward to the future.
Yeah, 15 years later.
Yeah, okay, 15 years later. But when we get 30 years later from this, or 15 years later from this, everybody's going to love John Cena because that's who they grew up with.
You're exactly right.
And that's how nostalgia works.
They're going to do the same thing with Michael Cole. I mean,
Yeah.
people right now hate Michael Cole, but Lord, did they hate you in WCW?
That's right. Yeah.
And then when you pop back up, ta-da! Oh, I love him.
I listened to him when I was a child. I get it, and I love it, and I appreciate that. I'm not knocking that. That's just the way the world works. That's the way the human mind works, and nostalgia is so big. Believe you me, nostalgia is big for me, Conrad. It really is, because I like the old TV shows that you can see on Hulu
And the old baseball cards, all that.
Yeah, the Prime Video or on Amazon Prime. I love those old shows. I love the baseball cards I remember when I was a kid. So I get all that. I really get. You know, we're talking here about how great this match is, and you mentioned Little Nate. He's still got it, doesn't he? Boy, he still can circle around and hit the mat, and
he's phenomenal.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, I really, really enjoy his friendship, and I'm just excited that we're getting to watch one of his matches here because I know John Cena absolutely loved working with him.
Yeah, he should. And I'm so glad he's about his longevity, and I'm so glad that he's been able to. Here, you know what? Here's something that I don't like, and I see this today, and I don't like it with our guys in AEW, but it's human nature. A lot of wrestlers look at themselves too much in the monitor. They do, and you can see it. And sometimes I think in my mind that I ought to bring up the fact that, you know what, guys, stop it with the monitors. Don't just show logos. Don't show the return audio, the return video, because they watch themselves. And maybe the fans can't tell it as much as I can because I've seen so many matches.
I've never heard one person say that was an issue, but you.
It's an issue with me. I go back to the day we just finished watching 1986 from the studios of TBS. And you can see, because there were monitors there, you can see guys, especially like Luger and the Road Warriors, continue to look at themselves in the monitors and, flex and show their I always thought it was disconcerting to me, but that's me. It's not enough to where I think there should be a big meeting and say, hey, guys, don't look at the monitors anymore. That's not going to happen. That's just human nature. But it just did bother me.
Let me ask you this. How many John Cena matches do you think you've seen?
This may be the second, and I can't remember what the first one was. Obviously, I've seen this before because I watched Royal Rumble when it happened back then.
When you watched this back then, did you invite Chris or Matt or any of the Schiavones to come watch with you?
No.
Did you convince Lois to watch with you, or is it just you solo dolo watching this one?
It was just me solo. I watch most things alone. Like I'm going to watch the Super Bowl alone this year.
By choice.
Yeah. If I watch it at all, I may not watch it at all. You had mentioned to me before we started who won in the playoffs and who made their way so far to the conference championship games. I didn't even watch those. I just kind of was looking online last night before I went to bed and saw a few things. So I don't watch sports at all anymore.
Real talk 2022.
Yeah.
Why don't you just cruise up the street and watch the Super Bowl with us? We're in your state, bud.
Well, I would have to leave Lois and the dogs here.
Yeah, fuck them.
You know how many times I think about that one. I would have to leave Lois and the dogs here. And
no, that's not a problem for me.
I know.
Me at all.
But when's the Super Bowl? It's coming up in a couple of weeks, isn't it?
It is. It's the day before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
It's February 13th.
How about that?
Valentine's Day is on February 14th this year.
Yeah. Well, this year it is. Okay. Hey, two guys having a hell of a match. And John Cena, I know about AJ Styles because he worked for WCW for a bit as a youngster. He's from Gainesville, Georgia, a big Georgia Bulldog fan. So help me out with John Cena's history here a little bit.
He's from West Newbury, I believe. He's a Massachusetts boy.
And of course, I guess he's wrestled for the WWE his entire career.
Oh yeah.
He never did go to the independents, or did he?
Oh, I mean, he was discovered with Rick Bassman out in California, same as Sting and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Old Rick Bassman had some pretty cool contributions in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think he started training in '99 and then got sent down to or discovered, if you will, by WWE, WWF in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Did some Ohio Valley with
Right.
Jim Cornette, and I think he debuted in '02, and then really just 3 or 4 years later was the top guy, the champ, the world champ.
Yeah. He's got a presence about him, doesn't he?
Oh, big time, man.
I mean, just, and that was pretty much not a working clothesline, as we see on the replay there.
Well, hey, if AJ likes that Japanese wrestling, he likes it snug.
Strong style, baby. Give me the strong style. Hurt me, and I'll hurt you back. Oh man.
Anybody ever tell you to hurt me?
No, of course not.
Really?
There's nobody I could hurt.
Never had a lady. Lois never said "hurt me, daddy" or nothing like that.
No, I'm a pacifist, Conrad. I don't believe in violence.
You live on the West Coast. What does that mean?
No, it means that I've never hurt anybody or anything. Maybe stepped on a cockroach or a spider.
Well, you ended their life. You didn't hurt them, but you have hurt my feelings many times.
Yeah, really?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Bad. Real bad.
Oh, stop it.
You remember that time I invited you to my wedding and you no-showed?
I was doing a Georgia football game.
Yeah. They wish you wouldn't have. Maybe they'd have won the fucking title.
Oh, look at this, man. AJ can do some shit, buddy.
It's kind of weird that they've just really almost hidden him away in tag team action for these last few years. He's so damn good.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I guess I can't explain why they do what they do, but maybe they just think he had his run. Look at that. Great camera shot, great slow motion. Very, very well done with the WrestleMania logo in the background. That was so well done on many levels. You can't deny their production, buddy.
On the back end of this, people would be talking about just what's going on in wrestling here in 2017. As a reminder, this is, I don't know, 18 months before All In. So this predates AEW. Impact is still embroiled in some controversy, but they're bringing back, believe it or not, Bruce Pritchard. But this is January. So you know what that means? It's Wrestle Kingdom time. And the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, in 46 minutes and 45 seconds, Okada would beat Omega to retain his IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And Dave Meltzer, who usually rates matches, dud to 5 stars, gave that match, the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, just a few weeks prior to this, 6 stars. And he called their match in the main event that night the greatest match in the history of pro wrestling.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Maybe we ought to watch that.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
But I knew that you had, emotional ties to this one. And I do too. I mean, this is a big show for us.
Yeah. What did Dave Meltzer say about this match? He had to rate this one pretty high too.
4 3/4 stars.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Oh, very, very good.
Yeah.
Candidly, he's never going to rate a WWE match 6 stars. It's just, that's not what he does.
No. And that's Dave has to own that. He has to own what he is as far as a wrestling fan is concerned. He loves Japanese wrestling. He does not love the WWE. And when you have that bias, that's as good as you're going to get. Look at this. Great counter move and a great roll up.
Speaking of great, we're going to be talking about something great next week here on the program. We're
are.
going to be talking about Super Brawl 6. It went down February 11th, 1996. Our main event, Hulk Hogan and the Giant in a steel cage match from the Bayfront Arena in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Wow.
Have Ric Flair and Randy Savage also in a steel cage match, but that one's for the world title. Also have a tag team match with Sting and Lex Luger on one side and the Road Warriors on the other side.
Wow.
A singles match with Arn Anderson and the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan. And that will be really impromptu because the I Respect You strap match with Taskmaster and Braun Pillman results in chaos that nearly gets Bobby Heenan in some major hot water. Conan is going to be in there with One Man Gang for the U.S. title. Sting and Lex Luger are going to be taking on the Harlem Heat. Johnny B. Bad is going to be taking on Diamond Dallas Page for the 900th time. And the Nasty Boys are going to be in a street fight with Public Enemy. This should be fun.
Did you say Sting and Luger wrestling twice? Did you mention that? The Road
Yes,
Warriors?
Sir.
Okay.
About that.
That's a hell of a lineup, star power wise.
Huge.
And speaking of huge, these two kids, and I can call them kids, obviously, are putting on a hell of a show here. They even got some people standing up, as you can see over on the right, and they're doing some great things, and they're putting in some time here, man. I love it when guys can get people involved, even though they know it's wrestling.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment, and they can still just draw them in. I get that.
That's what we're all looking for as wrestling fans, I think, Tony, is the suspension of disbelief. Just for a minute, make me believe.
Now, fans front row are a little bit different. Sometimes fans of front row are, well, they got the money to pay for these seats, number one. And number two, some of them are just maybe have not been to a wrestling show before. But a lot of times I've noticed that in WWE shows. Especially back in this era when I was first started watching again. And this is what interests me because I hadn't watched. So here I am watching this show when it happened, and I hadn't watched wrestling in 18 years.
Right.
Or 17 years at that time. And I'm amazed about how the fans are not standing and cheering like back when the stuff we saw in 86. We talked about this.
They were emotionally invested. They really believe. Yeah. Here now, they're all in on the gag and they just want to be entertained and they're going to critique it.
Right.
So I'm sure back then it was Dusty's going to kick Nikita's ass. And here they just put on a 5-star match, guys.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it just, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. I mean, I go back to that one bonus episode that we saw where they cut Gino Hernandez's hair and the reaction. Remember that?
Oh, my God. Wasn't that fun?
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cena doing a great job here selling. See, I like selling on camera. You know what I don't like?
What else you like?
And I've seen this so many times. It happens that we've seen it in our matches that when there's a tag match or something and they're trying to get their timing right. Wow, look at that. They're trying to get their timing right. A wrestler will just go on the floor and hide. Look at this. Oh, man. John was selling on camera there as he got up. Fans know to put their hands on their head, don't they? So they can be on camera.
Yeah, they got to go to, what is it? Something mantis. What do they call it in football? When fans do that?
I don't know. I don't know what they call it. But anyway, love how Cena was selling, getting up to the top right there. Great counter move. AJ's, how old is AJ right now? He's obviously in his 40s, I would think.
This is one of my longest running gags. I used to always quote his age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 44.
Okay.
He'll be 45 this June.
Wow.
So he's about 20 years younger than Sting, who just jumped off a freaking stage last week.
Onto a table.
Dude, like, can you believe that you and him are about the same age?
I know.
It's really unbelievable when you think about that, because
Yeah.
there's almost no amount of money that would make you jump off of a stage. Like,
No, not onto a crash pad, much less a table.
right.
Here's amazing. Look at this. Just some of the stuff that they do. Now look at this right here. And the fans at front row ringside still sit with their thumb up their ass. What the hell? Go home. Go home if you're not going to cheer.
Oh, well, you're
Give your ticket to somebody else. Buy a ticket for someone who will cheer.
they're cheering.
Some of the people are. Those two guys down the front row with the hats on are doing nothing, looking at each other.
I like that you got heat with the fucking people watching on video here. Tony, I know you've been in the market for a new SUV. Have you decided to wait and get the new Ferrari SUV?
I'm not going to get a new SUV. I've decided not to.
Well, what happened?
Okay, it's a realization that at my age, and I don't have many more years to be able to make money, so I might as well stick it away. Okay.
Oh God, you think you're going to be too old to sit and talking to your webcam while Diaz over here clicks buttons? I don't reckon you're going to age out of that.
I might age out of that.
Well, will you give me a heads up? And just, like, we got to have like a farewell tour like Ricky and Robert are doing right now.
This may sound stupid. Well, a lot of the things I say sound stupid to you.
No, they don't.
But when I met with Bob Cottle,
Oh, I got it.
I just all of a sudden realized
I'm going to get goddamn.
I'm not too far away from this. If I'm in my mid 30s to mid 40s, in that range, I would be looking at buying a new SUV, but not at age 64 now.
What year were you born?
57.
He's 25 years older than you, Tony.
20. It doesn't take long for 25 years to get here and go.
Did you reckon whatever car you were going to buy, you'd still be driving? You're not going to be driving the car you're driving right now 25 years from now.
I may not be driving in 25 years.
No, you won't be. So what you're saying is if you don't get a 25-year run out of a vehicle, you ain't going to do it.
I'm just saying that is not my focus right now.
What is? We want to talk about your personal life. What is?
Stashing money away.
Okay. For what?
I don't know.
Did you get Lois one of them chairs that drives her up the wall yet?
No, but damn it, I should.
They're only $2,500.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should actually have an elevator like there's at the Conradison. So she'll go down the sewing room and actually do something.
What would you ask her to sew?
She's got so much that she can do. She can make things. She is so talented with a sewing machine.
But what do you need from her? Like,
I don't need anything. I just want her to stay busy. Look at that move. See, those fans over there, right there, are really excited. Oh, and those two jackoffs finally stood up.
Well, you're in a foul mood about these fans. Let's get that trending. I need everybody talking about how Tony Schiavone hates the fans.
That's a fucking lie. How about everybody say Conrad's a fucking lie? That shirt's available, by the way, at boxofgimmicks.com.
I don't understand why you're just so you speak with such anger.
I'm not angry. I'm old.
On it.
I'm old.
Has beaten AJ Styles. John Cena is your world champion as we head to WrestleMania. Back to the minor leagues, AJ. Maybe
Great
we got
shot.
a washed out basketball player we can get you in a tag team with.
Great shot.
Tell your story walking.
I love it. I love winners and losers.
Man, this is quite the presentation. Just the setup, the lights. I mean, and
I
people
love,
don't think about 2017 as being like peak WWE, but dude, look at that.
I love how John Cena is talking to the referee there. Is that Dave Silva's head in the back?
No, nobody knew who Dave was yet.
Okay. Yeah, great, man.
What'd you think? Meltzer gave it 4 3/4 stars. You agree? It's up
Yeah,
there.
I agree. I do. They just did some phenomenal stuff.
In case you're wondering,
Wow.
this would be John Cena's last reign.
Okay.
So you just saw John Cena's last world title win.
I got to meet him once backstage when Arn was the coach, and he was very, very nice to me. He was.
You want to guess how long this reign lasted?
Let's see. 6 months.
2 weeks.
Wow.
Lost it to Bray Wyatt, who lost it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Then Jinder Mahal would win.
Okay.
He'd carry it for 170 days, and then AJ would win it for 371, and then Daniel Bryan would beat him, and then Kofi Kingston would beat him, and then Brock Lesnar would beat him, and then Drew McIntyre would beat him, and then Randy Orton would beat him, and then Drew McIntyre would beat him, and then The Miz would beat him, and then Bobby Lashley would beat him, and then Big E would beat him, and then Brock Lesnar would beat him. I guess you're getting what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'm getting what you're doing. Just a lot of title switches. Are we going to see a package here now? Royal Rumble package?
I think we'll see a little hype video for Royal
Hype video?
Rumble. How about this, man? Climbing into the crowd, celebrating with this kid,
Yeah.
putting the belt over his shoulder, taking some pictures.
Make a wish, kid.
How fun is that, man? I don't care what anybody says about John Cena. Shit like that right there. And then hands him some of his ring worn stuff.
Yeah.
Gets him on the camera, on the pay-per-view.
That's good stuff, man.
That's what it's all about, dude.
Sure. And people say, he's, we'll say, you know what? Make a wish, kid. He knew he was there. It's phony. He didn't have to do that.
No.
He didn't have to do that.
He gave his family, I mean, think about this. We're watching this video 5 years later. You know how much that probably means to the surviving family?
Absolutely.
They can go back and watch this and remember this anytime now.
Yeah, absolutely. It means everything.
Super cool moment.
Super cool guy. And I wish him a lot of success on his HBO Max series that you will never watch because he just gave a kid a wristband there, I think, because you don't like superheroes.
Correct. I mean, I like Batman, but I don't think he counts.
No, it's because he transcends superheroes.
You know, one of my biggest regrets about our 5-year relationship here.
Boy, I don't know.
I'll tell you on the other end of
Okay.
the package. Let's track it here.
Okay.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
It's just a network promo.
All right, this is the wrong hype video.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be like, promoting the importance of the Royal Rumble. Instead, they're just trying to remind you, hey, by the way,
Yeah, WrestleMania.
network, you can watch all these pay-per-views, including WrestleMania.
All right.
This was not the case for a lot of the time, Tony. Like, most of our fandom, we had to buy pay-per-views every month. But when the network came out, there was discussion internally, should they include WrestleMania or not?
Right.
That perhaps they, leave WrestleMania still as a pay-per-view that everybody has to buy. I think in hindsight, they would have made so much more money with that decision.
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Then, of course, WrestleMania was in Orlando, and I was there that weekend. Remember?
Yep.
We were at was it Wrestle? What do they call it? It's not WrestleCade, is it? It's called WrestleCon.
Yep. You went to WrestleCon and got to hang out with Lenny Bakken,
Yeah.
great friend of the show.
And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations once again to John
See,
Cena.
Corey Graves is cleared to return to wrestling if you like.
No rest for the weary. The next time
I'd like to see Corey Graves beat the shit out of you at an announcement battle.
2 weeks from tonight, Elimination Chamber, Phoenix, Arizona.
What do you think about that?
What?
Corey?
John Cena's going to defend his championship inside Elimination Chamber.
Why would I want to have a match where
Better enjoy this 16th reign because it may not last very long. Well, coming up in a matter of minutes, it is the Royal Rumble match.
I can barely hear you for the audio here, so can we dip this out? There we go.
Well, he's just to throw to the actual match here.
Oh, so they're going to start the match.
Well, I think they're going to throw to 20 years ago and all that bullshit.
Okay, so maybe. Oh, wow.
Are you stressed out about Corey Graves kicking the shit out of you? Because
No, Corey Graves not going to kick the shit out of me.
I texted him your personal address the other day.
Yeah, please do. And I know he won't show up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you pulling Corey's punk card right now?
No. He's not going to show up. Why would he show up?
To fuck you up.
He's not going to fuck me up.
He might. You don't
No,
know.
he won't. What would it accomplish for him to beat the ass of a 64-year-old man? Nothing.
Well, then let me ask you this. Why is everybody on AEW trying to beat up Sting? What would it accomplish to beat up a 63-year-old man?
Well, because he's Sting. Oh, look at this coming out. Last night on NXT TakeOver.
Well,
There he is.
Never
Triple
see this
H.
again.
Yeah.
My prediction.
Well, I think most people think you're right.
I think we're as likely as seeing Triple H come out and walk towards the ring as we are seeing you
Yeah.
take a bump.
Or me in a WWE ring.
Well, Corey Graves is going to fuck you up.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
I know for sure he is.
I know for sure he's not. I'm telling you right now, Corey Graves probably doesn't even know who I am.
Corey Graves knows who you are, Tony. Everybody knows who you are. You're a big time star.
Corey Graves may not.
Hey, Corey Graves grew up listening to you, and now he wants you to pass the torch, and you won't do it. So he's going to come take what he's owed.
Pass the torch. Pass the torch. Oh, good God. You're so full of shit.
Speaking of passing the torch, there's a guy who'll never have to do that.
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler just going to trot about 8 miles down to the ring.
Oh,
Is
what
he
a
one of the coolest guys that ever lived, or what?
yeah, I was getting ready to say, just a big star and a great guy. Just Lois and I were watching the video that they did on him at his house.
Yeah. You love his setup, do you know?
Oh, man, his garage, all the stuff that he's got in his garage. Just
Let's track the audio here for this Rumble.
okay.
Only 16 of the 30 possible numbers have actually won the match. 7 men have won the Rumble from spots 1 through 10. While only 4 winners have emerged from spots 11 through 20. Leaving 19 winners from spots 21 through 30. So drawing a late number clearly puts you in a better position to walk away victorious. Now, you may think number 30 would be home to the most winners. It's actually number 27.
Big John Studd, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, and Stone Cold have all won from this position.
And while drawing numbers 1 and 2 may not be ideal, those numbers have produced 4 Royal Rumble winners. Twice in Rumble history, the first 2 entrants have lasted to become the final 2 competitors in the Rumble. In 1995, when Shawn Michaels and the British Bulldog pulled it off. And again in 1999, when Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon himself went the distance. However, if you're a former Rumble winner, pray you don't pick the numbers you already won from. Only one superstar has ever won from the same number twice. Batista, from number 28. The Royal Rumble is also a place where records are made and broken. Kane holds 2 prestigious Royal Rumble records. Most Rumbles entered at 17.
The greatest performer in Royal Rumble match history.
And most career Royal Rumble eliminations at 43. And for 13 years, Kane also held the record for most eliminations in a single Rumble with 11. But that record fell in 2014 when Roman Reigns tossed out 12 superstars. The WWE Championship has been on the line twice in the history of the Royal Rumble. First in 1992, when with a tear in his eye, Ric Flair became champion. And then again last year, when the King of Kings, Triple H, took home the crown.
Triple H is a 14-time WWE champion.
3 men have twice come this close to winning the Royal Rumble, only to end up the runner-up. John Cena, Triple H, and The Big Show. John Cena and Triple H can at least take solace in being 2 of 5 superstars who have managed to pull off the amazing feat of winning the Royal Rumble twice in their career. The others? Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and Batista. But only one man has managed to pull it off 3 times. WWE Hall of Famer, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
And that brings us to this year, the 30th annual Royal Rumble match. Night to make history. The Royal Rumble is a night to remember forever.
At the Royal Rumble match, it's every man for himself.
I've dug 29 holes for 29 souls.
It's the elimination repeat. Blow your mind. This is about WrestleMania. What an atmosphere this is tonight. Stars gonna be made, legends created at the Royal Rumble match. Everyone is next. We gonna blow your mind.
Well, there we go. There's our little hype video.
Yeah.
Goldberg in the Rumble. What do you think?
I thought put a lot of effort into that. Come up with those numbers.
Hey, look, there I am.
Wow. How about that, huh?
Shout
Now,
out to Nick.
who did you pay to do that?
Friend of the show, Nick. I didn't pay him. We had never actually met, but it was so cool to see my big head on TV like that I made sure to buy him a drink when I finally got to meet him in person.
That's tremendous for you. Buy him a drink for all that exposure you got. You're so nice. A drink. You put your head on TV and you buy him a drink.
Well, he's also been comped to every Starcast, and he also has free ad-free shows. And
Well, there you go.
We're friends, and we text, and he hollers when he's in town, or I am. But my apologies. Normally our relationship starts with an encounter, a drink, a meal.
That's good.
But maybe it wasn't. Maybe I should have just jacked him off. I know that's what you would have preferred. If I just would have belated him right there.
Oh, here's Big Cass.
I guess we should probably track this.
Okay. Do we have to?
What about Enzo? Is he just along for the ride or what?
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he... And he is the #1 entry in the Royal Rumble match, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing?
If it were up to me, Enzo would be searching for Pee Wee Herman's bike in the basement of the Alamo right now.
And there ain't no 2 stars shining brighter tonight than your boys Enzo and Big Cass, San Antonio.
root canals I've enjoyed more than this.
Cash, got a question for you.
What's that, Zoe?
Pretty much common knowledge, I think. What is it that they say about Texas?
I think it goes something like this. Everything is bigger in Texas.
You're done skipping, Cash, because tonight is the biggest Royal Rumble match of all time. And it has some of the biggest names in the history of the Royal Rumble.
What kind of names we talking here, Zoe?
Jesus.
Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman. The Big Show. Goldberg. The Wyatt family. The Undertaker. But I'll tell you what, none of that matters, because Big Cass is entering this ring #1 like it's 1995, and he is HBK in his prime.
It doesn't matter if you're number 2 or number 30, because the fact of the matter is this. When the dust settles, I will be the last man standing in that ring right there. Because I am winning the Royal Rumble match, and I am going on to main event WrestleMania.
Sounds pretty confident. Would that be your worst nightmare, Corey?
Yes.
And as for the 29 other men in this match, I will prove that there's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, only 2 men in history have won the Royal Rumble match from the...
So there you go. About this time, I look down at my phone and I get a text message from Tony Schiavone that says,
Yeah, who the fuck is this? And why is he on my TV? And you know what? Years later, 5 years later, or whatever it is, it still sucks. And not only that, when Enzo said, yeah, here's our man, buddy.
yeah,
When Enzo said, it doesn't matter if you're number 1 or number 30, yeah, it does. Because had they been number 30, wouldn't have to been subject to that bullshit they just said. And let me say for this, I know you've been trying to position me against Corey Graves. I have newfound respect for Corey Graves when he mentioned that Enzo should be in the Alamo basement looking for Pee-wee's bicycle. He just referenced maybe the greatest comedy movie of all time, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So there.
you think that's the greatest comedy movie of all
Yes,
time?
one of the greatest comedy movies of all time.
I'm really glad we're not going to hang out Super Bowl.
You didn't like Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
It was fine when I was a kid, but the idea that that's at the top of the list.
Yes. It always resonates. I know you are, but what am I?
Dude, look at Jericho and how different he looks here.
Isn't it amazing?
Like every time you see Jericho, he looks a little different, but Lord have mercy. Just 5 years ago, he looked like a different human being.
I know he did. Yeah, absolutely.
Got the scarf on because that's heat, brother.
The hair, the tats. I mean, he has some tats. I think he has more tats now. Wow.
By the way, this match is going to go 62 minutes and 6 seconds.
Wow. So we got a lot of ground to cover here.
This Corey Graves notes this is the first time he's ever been able to announce a match with Jerry Lawler. Meltzer would say, as it turns out, there was no angle and no reason for Lawler to be there. I guess it was just a company change of heart after letting him go to bring him back.
Yeah.
The economic excuse made no sense. So here we go. And boy, there's going to be some familiar faces and some that you work with and some that we're going to say, hey, whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah. That's one of the cool things about this.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say this about Big Cass.
Okay.
He was big and is big.
And you were kind of mean too, you know.
I was not kind of mean. You're trying to talk shit again, and you need to stop that. So, all right, we saw Big Cass and Enzo. Remember, show up at that Ring of Honor show in New York City?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was. I thought it was an angle, but it really wasn't. Was it, or wasn't an angle?
Oh, it was an angle. Yeah,
It was.
But they did a rug pull on it because they got some backlash because people didn't like them being there.
Right. And it had to do with Enzo's personal problems.
But I believe he was exonerated on. It's one of those deals where people really, really don't like Enzo, and I can't put my finger on why.
Yeah.
I know he was accused of some stuff, but I think that all came out in the wash that was not the case. I could be mistaken on that. Kalisto coming to the ring now.
I think he worked for us for just a time, or didn't he just show up in AEW as another name?
No, he's never been in AEW.
Okay, well, one of those masked guys did.
Oh, Kalisto. I see what you mean. I thought you meant Enzo.
Yeah, Kalisto.
Yeah, Kalisto came in for a match and made a Huber tweet that Mrs. Huber took issue with, and I think he was and Jericho dunked on him, and I think that was it.
Wow, I didn't see. I guess I need to follow social media more.
So,
what was the Huber tweet? Do you remember what he said?
Something about how he could feel Brody's presence, and he was glad that Brody was here with him, or it was a babyface tweet about how important Brody Lee was to him, but in the process of doing all that, he managed to misspell his name. And so when people started to dunk on him, specifically Jericho, saying, "Hey man, glad you thought so highly of him and appreciate the sentiment, but you should know that's not how he spelled his name."
Oh man.
And then Mrs. Huber, when she liked Jericho's response, allegedly, she was quick to point out that John had a lot of friends in real life, and now it's like maybe there's some folks who were trying to be clout chasers, and I'm not sure if that was the exact terminology or phraseology used. Mojo coming out now. So check this out. Big Cass no longer with WWE. Chris Jericho no longer with WWE. Kalisto no longer with WWE. Up next, Mojo no longer with WWE. So we're 0 for 4 in our survivor pool for Royal Rumble 2017, and he just tried to rip off Monty Brown's pounce, but boy, that was not a good pounce.
It was not. But he's doing what I love, and that's going to the ring or not only hitting the ropes with a lot of speed.
You need to understand this about Mojo, because this is probably your first Mojo match, right?
I didn't Mojo team with Zack Ryder.
Very briefly, but just he don't get hype, he stays hype.
Okay, got it. So we're taking a look really at 4 guys here. 3 of them are looking for jobs.
No, they're all working in wrestling.
Well, are they independent, right? So to speak.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not trying to dunk on Kalisto. I think he's a very entertaining wrestler. Big fan of his work. I just know that there was some social media controversy. It is what it is.
Social media controversy. Jesus Christ. Can't we get over ourselves?
You're going to love this guy. This will be the second time you've seen him.
Okay.
First time being the first time you saw this match.
All right. Here we go.
Jack Gallagher.
Oh, my God. Another guy who's been
0 for 5 so far, but he's got the umbrella, which is something I know you'd like. He's pale. He's got the old school tights. He's got an umbrella. It's your deal.
And he's got a long way to go, man. And he was kind of embroiled in that Me Too thing, wasn't he?
I don't know all the details, but I do believe there were a story or two out there, but I don't remember exactly what.
I don't either. I don't remember him, but wow.
Here's what I know. Tony Schiavone and his penis will get you in trouble every time. Are you okay? You held your hand like you were going to say something. I'm waiting.
I'm trying to think of a comeback, and I have none.
Look at this. This is one of my highlights of this Rumble.
Yeah.
We're loving this spot.
That is pretty fucking cool. What a great visual. No, they hit him with, they opened it up and twirled it.
The twirling's the best part.
Yeah, it is.
You want to guess who's coming out next?
No, I have no idea who's in this thing. So
You work with them.
Oh, good.
So make a guess. Come on.
I work with them. It's going to be Nick Jackson.
Nope. You thought Nick Jackson used to be in WWE. Okay.
No, I know he did not. Cody Rhodes.
Nope. Cody's already quit.
Let's see who else. Zack Ryder.
Nope.
He's not in.
Here comes your announced partner, Mr. Mark Henry.
Oh, good God.
So far, we're 0-6 for guys who are still with WWE. Think about that, man. We're 1/5 of the way through this, and not a soul is still with the company.
Mark Henry is one of the greatest human beings out there.
Such a nice guy.
Oh, my God.
Old school wrestling fan, too, baby.
Yeah, I know. I have so much fun doing the show with Mark Henry and Paul White, or Big Show, that I just really, really enjoyed. We just recently did a show together, and it's to the point to where I just kind of sit back and don't say much, you know? All right, let's go to the ring, our next match, and let them go with it. But, he was he legit, man. Legit strong man.
So as people are listening to this, they're going to want to know, did you watch the biggest independent wrestling show of the year over the weekend, Game Changer Wrestling?
What do you think?
That'd be a no.
That's right. Was Moxley in it?
Yep.
Good for John.
The Briscoes were in it. Jeff Jarrett was in it. Moxley was in it.
Jeff Jarrett was in it?
Yeah.
Isn't he way too old to get back in the ring?
He's a hell of a lot younger than Sting, and y'all jack him off every week.
No. Whoa. Oh, went over the top with an umbrella. How dare you say that about us and about Sting?
He's 9 years younger than Sting.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on Sting. I love Sting.
No, you're shitting on us as a
I
company.
think this next guy's with WWE. Yes or no? Say it. Yes or no?
Yes, he still is.
Nope. We're 0-7. It's Braun Strowman.
Wow.
And I got to tell you, of all the guys, like Big Cass, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that I would have imagined Big Cass would have been cut. I would not have guessed Big Cass would have been cut. I would have guessed Jericho's out playing music somewhere. I could see Kalisto getting cut. I could see Mojo getting cut. I could see Jack getting cut. I could see Mark Henry getting cut. I couldn't have seen Braun. Braun and Cass really, really shocked me. This is an era where WWE is still trying to find an identity. And so a lot of guys, they dip out for a bit and come back. And by the way, I think Kalisto will be back. I think Mojo will be back. Timing is everything, Tony, as you know.
Yeah. Not only that, it's, we're in a, especially, it seems like from afar, I may be wrong, but we're in a very corporate era in AEW and WWE, to where you just cut the bottom line, right?
Well, what I'm saying is sometimes, in fact, most of the time, when a guy's run ends, and I'm not trying to be Gene Snitsky here, it's usually not his fault. It's creative doesn't have anything for him.
Sure.
And, there's so many moving parts. This is such a big company. There's so much planning and preparation that goes into all this. I totally get and see, the creative challenge that those guys have of, hey, we got to come up with, storylines for 160 different competitors. Man, look at this. Talking about your Titans. Y'all could recreate this in AEW, but you won't.
No, we won't. I don't think you're going to see Braun Strowman in AEW.
Oh, so you have AEW heat?
No, I just don't. I think, and the reason I say that is that if you would have seen him by now, I would think.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think timing's everything.
Yeah, I do too, and I think his time is come and gone.
Oh, there's no way. He's not an old guy.
I just think it's come and gone.
Well, I think.
I mean, we haven't seen Bray Wyatt, and you listen. I'm talking to you, and you know all the inside dirt.
Is the next State or not? Is he still in WWE? Yes or no?
Who? Yes.
Yes, he is. Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Our first guy. Think about that. We're 8 guys deep before we get one who's
Right.
still stuck around. Anyway, what was I saying?
I said, no. I said, you know all the inside dirt. You have all your stooge friends that surround you, that you don't have to read the internet as much because they all report to you every day. Oh, Conrad, guess what I found out? Conrad. You have all your stooge friends, so you know more than I do. But I mean, we haven't seen Bray Wyatt in AEW, and we haven't seen.
You know why though?
Braun. No, I don't know why. I don't know why.
Tony, why? If I'm Bray Wyatt, why the fuck would I want to go to AEW right now?
I don't know. I don't know why.
If I'm Bray Wyatt, there ain't no fucking amount of money I would show up in AEW right now.
Okay.
But and here's why. You just had a Punk debut. You just had a Daniel Bryan debut. You just had a Ruby Soho debut.
Mm-hmm.
You just had an Adam Cole debut. So when Bray Wyatt shows up, you're just another one.
Yeah, I know.
Like to me, like the debut of when there was one pay-per-view, I forget which, but there were 3 debuts. Ruby Soho, Adam Cole, and Daniel Bryan on the same doggone show.
It was all out in Chicago.
And so now, and by the way, I love all those guys, think they're great. So glad they're there. Really enjoy their performances. Can't wait to see more.
Right.
But God almighty, like from a star standpoint, I don't want to be the 4th anything.
No, you know what? I get that. But what's the proper distance to stagger these out? I don't have the answer to that. I don't think you do either. When would be the right timing for Bray Wyatt to come in, if in fact he would come in?
Not when Bray needs it, but when Tony needs it.
All right.
Is the next guy, is he in WWE or no?
He's not.
He is not. And you work with him. Any guesses?
Big Show.
You nailed it. Big Show's out next at number 9.
All right. How about that? Yes, there, buddy.
I what I'm saying is a lot of times the individual performers, because it is economics and it is mental, you know, in terms of, oh shit, I don't have a gig. Wait, I think I remember seeing him ride a cart down. Let's see if we can notice. Yeah, they're not showing him walk right now.
Right.
They're carting him down. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Very well done.
Doing a cutaway, you know.
Yeah.
There you go. Now that he's here, okay, I'll get off this thing and go kick some ass now. What great shape Big Show is in here too, man.
Yeah, Paul.
You saw him at different times. He looked like different, you know, human beings just based on his hair and his weight. And now here, I mean, he's got fucking abs and a big old beard, but no hair up top.
What a great run he had. I mean, really.
From 95 with you to this.
Yes. Great run. For someone that size.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, one of the keys to his longevity, and I'm not saying this to be funny, is the bus. You know, you got a human being that size. He can't be folded up in a fucking Kia Sorrento. Let him get on a bus and just lay down. All right. The next guest, the next guy, number 10. Is he still with WWE? Yes or no?
We're going to bring him in the Kia Sorrento. Well, I don't know what that popped me.
Well, he's 7 foot something. He ain't comfortable in that. That's King City.
Nothing. I'm not saying anything bad about Kia Sorrentos, but it's just not Paul White's vehicle of choice.
He's got to have a big boy vehicle. He's got to. Is the next guy in WWE? Yes or no? Come on.
Yes, he is.
He is not.
Okay.
Now here's a follow-up. Is he in AEW? Yes or no?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. So we get another one.
Any guesses?
Well, I got to think quickly here. Bryan Danielson.
Nope.
Okay.
Let me remind you, he's number 10.
Number 10. So it's got to be a big guy. I don't think. Oh, is it going to be Brody?
Nope.
There goes Paul. Hi, man. I'm lost. So he's in AEW right now. And here he comes.
Ty Dillinger is number 10.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember who that is?
Yes, that's Sean Spears.
You got it.
I have a lot of time for Ty Dillinger.
At this point, I had never seen him wrestle
Uh-huh.
because I didn't watch much NXT.
Right.
I knew who he was. I knew the 10 gimmick. I knew all that, but I hadn't seen any of his stuff. This was the first time I saw him live ever.
Yeah. I have a lot of time for this kid.
I like the presentation too of the spotlight in the ring, sitting on the chair. It looks cool.
Right. Yeah, he puts a lot of effort into everything he does, and that's why I have a lot of. And the boy they're counting with him, aren't they? With number 10, 10, 10. Got you.
So just to keep everybody caught up here, so far in the show, as far as who is where, we're 10 people in. WWE still has one of these guys. AEW has 4.
Wow.
Now the next fellow, is he still in WWE? Yes or no?
No.
Is he in AEW? Yes or no?
No.
You are correct.
All right. So we got another guy who's on the independent scene, or maybe is retired from the business. I don't know. You know, because you got all those stooges that work with you. Conrad, guess what happened this week?
You know what? I don't like when you do that.
I know.
But I have confidence in your ability to pivot anytime you need. If you see James Ellsworth come to the ring.
Oh.
What a moment in time he had, man.
Yeah. Didn't James Ellsworth show up to AEW one time?
No, he's never been on the program.
Well, I've met him.
Yeah, you've met him probably with me at a live show at Jimmy's Famous Seafood. He lives in Baltimore.
That's what it was. Exactly what it was.
But he had this great run where he had a couple of title matches on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And actually beat the champ. And, of course, he was fed to Braun Strowman once and did a great promo that, I mean, secured his short-term future here.
Yeah.
Any man with 2 hands has a chance or something like that. Oh, and look at there. Sami Zayn and Ty about to try to dump out Braun. But Braun's hanging on.
I always like those spots because guys are not supposed, it's not their turn to go out, right? In a battle royal. But their hand could slip. They're so close of eliminating themselves. It's pretty amazing.
All right, next up is this fellow coming up next still in WWE, yes or no?
Yes, he is.
He is not. Is he in AEW, yes or no?
He is not.
Yes, he is. Any guesses?
All right, it's got to be Bryan Danielson.
It is not. It's Dean Ambrose in at number 12.
Wow.
So right now the score is AEW 5, WWE 1.
Hey, a shout out to John Moxley for coming back and persevering, and can't be easy, man.
I think I speak for all of us when I say, fuck yeah.
Yeah. My daughter, Laurie, texted me immediately after he said that. She said, fuck just got on the air. And my response was, God bless America.
I mean, I was wondering what would be more notable in our show today.
Yeah.
Moxley saying fuck, or you saying confidence? Oh my God. I choked them from the ring to the floor. Ellsworth's going to need a new hip after that deal.
That's one on the bump card.
Dude, for real?
Yeah, here it goes again.
People will talk about that bump to him when he's old. He will have repercussions on that deal. That hip right there forever.
Yeah, he tried to soften the blow with the feet and the arms, but it didn't work.
So as we're waiting on number 13, any guesses? Is he still with WWE or not?
He is not, and he's not with us either.
He is with WWE.
Oh, okay.
He made it. Man, what a drop kick there from Shawn Spears. Holy shit, dude.
They are really they're really putting Braun Strowman over here, man.
That's probably how you come in the bedroom after you get done chewing a blue chew. You know, I got to tell you, coming up next here is one of the most effective heels in modern wrestling. Baron Corbin is out next at number 13.
Huh.
Everybody hates Baron Corbin. Super heel. Nobody likes him. But then I actually got to meet him not too long ago. We like all the same shit. We like grilling. We like fun cars. We like watches. We had an hour-long conversation about watches. So
wow, that's great. Well, you're a super heel too in real life.
No, that's not true. I'm Stone Cold Babyface.
No, in real life, you're a super fucking heel.
How?
Because you're the greatest trash talker in the history of the business.
But I mean, I do.
There's no one close to you. And I've been in locker rooms with football players and baseball players. I've traveled on buses with baseball players. I learned because in sports and sports teams, trash talking is part of the culture. It really is. But no one's like you.
Thank you, sir.
You're the best.
Hey, what are you doing this coming weekend?
Not going to your Super Bowl party.
That's a few weeks from now.
Okay, so what? You invited me to go somewhere this weekend?
I know you're not going, so no.
Okay.
I'm just asking what you're doing.
Okay. Well, let's see. As this drops, this week we are in Cleveland. And then I come home and basically we'll record with you, hopefully during the weekend, and work on the control centers. And
you will not be recording with me during the weekend.
Oh, so we got to record ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you doing this weekend? And are you inviting me to something?
I'll be in St. Louis.
For what?
For a live show with Jeff Jarrett and Eric Bischoff.
Oh, very cool.
We have a very special guest on the night before. Richard is doing a show with Mark Madden.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have that Nothing Happening Dave Silva and that Nothing Happening Cassio Kid, Jeff Jarrett and Mike Dawkins and Eric Bischoff all in the same Airbnb.
Wow.
And that feels like it's going to be fun. And I have confidence that you would have fun too.
Yeah.
But I know you're not interested.
No, if I'd come if you'd pay me, but I'm not coming for free.
I'll be glad to pay you.
Okay.
So Tony Schiavone is going to be joining us at our Jeff Jarrett Eric Bischoff Super Show.
You could invite me way before this so I could make plans.
Buddy, I try to pitch you. Let's be clear here. Y'all are going to be, y'all being AEW, as we see Kofi Kingston in at number 14 here, right up the road at Zany's in Nashville. We could have done a show right after your AEW show on February 16th. And you said, nah. And then there's the big pay-per-view in Orlando where we've got a bunch of hookups and people have been clamoring for us. And I said, hey man, we could do a live show with you and JR that weekend. Nah. So you're only going to be able to say, nah, so many times before I'm like, he doesn't want to do live shows. That's fine.
Yeah. Sounds like I've said nah already too many times.
Well, then I'm just going to start doing it and just tell you got to go. I'll be like, oh, no, you got to go. So up next, another fella who's still with WWE in at number 15. It is The Miz. So far, WWE has Sammy, Baron, Kofi, and Miz. We got 4 there. Jericho, Henry, Show, Ty, and Dean on the AEW side. It's 5-4. How about Maurice there?
Wow. She looks great. Looks great. Do they still have their reality show?
I think so, yeah.
So did they get Braun Strowman out and all this, or are you still in there? No,
He's
there
out.
he is.
He's out.
He's out. He's out. Okay.
That's Baron Corbin in the corner.
Okay, gotcha.
He's thinking about his Rolex AD, his Rolex authorized dealer.
I got to get back on the road and do some more shows. I really do.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you came around.
I really do.
It's fun, dude.
Yeah, and you know what? I do nothing here. I mean, I'm telling you, I do nothing. Between Cleveland and wherever we are in Chicago, between Cleveland and Chicago, nothing. I'll write the control centers and work on those. I may do an unrestricted podcast, but basically nothing. Like when you and I finish today, nothing. I mean, I'll post this audio, but nothing. So I got to thinking that because I'm doing nothing, I ought to probably try to do something, right?
When do you fly to Cleveland? What time is your flight Tuesday?
I fly on Wednesday. Day
Oh,
off.
well, we can record Super Brawl on Tuesday then.
Yeah, we can.
And then you can do a run in St. Louis. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll cost you like $20,000. Well, look at this up on top. Oh.
May I mention butts and seats available now?
There you go.
Also, Tony Schiavone is now doing a run-in in St. Louis. Because if I promised to promote the comic book, Lord knows he did a bunch of freebies for that shit. So,
well, the butts and seats, everything has been wonderful.
hey, it's tied now with number 16 coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sheamus. So now it's 5 for AEW, 5 for WWE. Nice guy. You met Sheamus yet?
I have not met Sheamus, no. There's a lot of these guys I've never met. I never met Miz. I never met Big Cass. Kofi, never met.
You never met Big Cass over at DDP's?
No, never did. He was not. We just weren't there at the same time, I guess.
It'll happen eventually.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure if I'm around long enough, and God knows there's not a good chance of that. If I'm around long enough, I probably will meet a lot of these guys. Either, I don't know. I mean, there's going to be. I'm sure I'm going to this year at WrestleMania when they have WrestleCon. I'm sure I'm going to be a part of that. I would hope. I would think. That's a pretty big event, right?
Do you want to go to WrestleCon?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I'll make it happen. We're putting together a WrestleMania Super podcast show, and I just assumed you were out because you've told me no 17 times in a row. Would you consider being a part?
What does that entail?
Well, there was a time where we would do podcasts on stage and meet friends and fans and what.
Oh, it's one of those live things. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. In my head, if you're going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
So with Sheamus in at number 16, number 17 is former WWE World Champion Big E.
Oh, wow.
WWE has the lead. They finally have more people in this than AEW. 6-5 WWE to AEW so far.
Good friend of the late Brody Lee, I do believe.
Absolutely. One of the very best friends.
Right.
So happy for all of his success. New Day became just such a phenomenon, and then he had a singles run as world champ, and it feels like that's out of reach for so many folks, and he made it happen, man.
Yeah, that's good.
How fun is that? New Day rocks. He's spanking him to a beat. The whole crowd is clapping with him. Tony, you ever asked somebody to make it clap?
No, never have, Conrad, but thank you for asking.
Just for funsies. Just for funsies, do you think one day you could?
No, I couldn't.
I didn't even say anything and you shut it down. I was just wondering, do you think you could maybe hypothetically ask Rebel, do you know how to make it clap? Or Rebel, you ever make it clap? Just see what she says. Could you do that, you think?
Don't you think that would be inappropriate of me to do that?
No, you're not asking her to do it. You're just asking if she's able, if she's capable, or if she's ever
Well, we're in the year 2022, and I think that would be a very inappropriate thing for
tell
me
her
to
friends.
do.
My apologies. I didn't know she was a stone cold stranger.
Okay.
Next up, not with WWE, it's Rusev. So it's tied 6-6 AEW, WWE.
And speaking of good-looking wives, whoa. And here's a guy that everybody loves backstage.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves.
Oh, man. Boy, he's trimmed down a great deal from that time, too, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's leaned away up.
Yeah, man, he has. And he legit is a badass. I mean, not walking around bullying people badass, but one of those guys that you just know you don't want to fuck with.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
So up next will be number 19. Tony, you want to guess? Is he or is he not with WWE?
so we go to 30, right? So we're almost down to the final 10.
Yep.
I'm going to say he's not. I'm going to say he is still with WWE.
He is indeed still with WWE. So
Okay.
right now it's tied
Uh-huh.
at 6 apiece, but WWE is going to take the lead here.
All right.
7-6.
Competition is fierce between the independents, AEW, and WWE at Royal Rumble 2017. Remember, the winner of this is the one with the most confidence of all the wrestlers.
By the way, I was so happy that I was able to remember to text you to ask about confidence, and then you hit it.
I hit it on Sean Spears' intro.
I saw a few people hitting me on Friday saying, I'm going to be listening tonight and see if Tony can slip in confidence. I'm like, hey, man, he already did. You need a late slip.
Yeah, I just I was not looking at my phone at the time. Had I been looking at my phone at the time, and I would have here's Cesaro. Had I been looking at my phone at the time, I would have said it immediately. But I saw it during a commercial break.
Do you know what all the guys call Cesaro in real life?
I do not.
His old independent gimmick name, Claudio.
Claudio.
His old gimmick name in the Indies was Claudio Castagnoli. And yeah, they still refer to him as Claudio.
Wow, this is a pretty good spot here.
Isn't it true that in AEW
Can't get him up. He got everybody else up, and that was about it.
Isn't that a fun story?
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Got big cats up. Big E, though, man.
That was Baron Corbin.
Sorry, Baron Corbin. They all look the same to me. Big, tall guys with...
That was racist.
No, big, tall guys with stringy hair all look the same to me.
Look at the heat everybody has on Sheamus. Down goes Frazier with that sidekick from Rusev. Coming up next, is he with WWE or no? Number 20.
All right, so we're the last third. I'm going to say yes, he is.
He is indeed.
All right.
It is now 8-6 WWE.
Would this be Kevin Owens?
No, it would not. That is a solid guess. Kevin Owens has already wrestled earlier tonight.
Yeah, I know that, but I just wondered if he also participated in the Rumble later.
I forgot. I didn't know you knew everything. Xavier Woods.
I think is he an Atlanta kid? I believe he is, isn't he?
Yep. I've bumped into him many times in the Atlanta airport.
Man, it's got to be some sort of freaking blow-up factor by the time you get to the ring if you're running down there.
Shit, I want to get on Big Show's golf cart and go.
Oh, by the way, for those of you listening on our Patreon channel, WHW Monday, we're getting ready to have 2 bonus podcasts. We got to work in time to do those, Conrad.
Woo, woo. We'll do them in St. Louis this weekend.
Got a couple of really good selections coming up.
Pretty excited about that. Can't wait to do it with you in St. Louis this week.
Oh, God. Where are you staying in St. Louis?
We got an Airbnb.
Oh, you got an extra bedroom?
Yes, we're ready for it. And by the way, let me mention this. If you're into it, Thursday morning, Cassio Kid, Dave Silva, and myself are heading that way. We'd be glad to just scoop you up somewhere.
Oh, you guys are driving. That's right. You don't fly anymore, do you?
If I can help, I mean, that's only a 6-hour drive for us. So if I can
Okay.
help, yeah. Cause see, there's no nonstops from Huntsville to there.
Right.
So it would be like fly to Atlanta the wrong direction and then fly in, as opposed to just jump in my X5 and go.
So there would be 6 good hours of fellowship, right?
Yes, sir. Is he with WWE? Yes or no? Hurry.
No, he's not.
He is not. It's Bray Wyatt. But I can't count him for AEW yet. I think ultimately Bray winds up back in WWE.
I don't know.
Timing's everything.
Yeah, you're right.
A little time, he'll feel different. WWE will feel different. And we'll see that crowd look like that again.
That's a pretty fucking cool look. You got to admit.
No, dude, they had a home run with all this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is before he was the Fiend.
Right. It's the Wyatt family stuff, right?
Yep, you got it.
Was the idea that the Wyatt family was based in the South?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting pretty tired of that shit, to be honest with you.
Listen, let's be clear. It's clearly inspired. The initial iteration was clearly inspired by Cape Fear, the Robert De Niro character in that movie,
Which is based out of North Carolina. I get it.
so
But what I'm saying is I'm tired of every time, just the way that the South is presented on a national level.
he's a cult leader. That's not, I mean,
I'm just
I hear
saying.
what you're saying, but he's not out here doing hillbilly Jim shit.
Yeah, there's more to the South than freaking hillbillies and white trash. There's more that's. So, you know, Conrad, as well as I do, it's a wonderful place to live. It is.
Yeah.
Good people here. Wow. Wiped his ass out.
I don't know why that's funny, but you saying it like that tickled me.
He did, buddy. Hell of a.
Wiped his ass out. That was funny.
Text me that on Wednesday.
Do that right now. Make sure you know. Set my alarm for that.
Then the next big spot we have a chance, I'll throw it in there. Wow. Wiped his ass out with confidence. We're gonna, all right, here comes
All right,
Bobby
I have
Lashley.
now. Oh, that's not Bobby Lashley.
That's not?
Apollo Crews, you motherfucker.
Okay. I just saw the back of his head and I thought it was Bobby Lashley. Who? Okay, sorry, but who's Apollo Crews? Is he still with the WWE?
He is, yes.
Okay. Well, he's still doing some pretty damn good stuff in the ring. I'll tell you that.
This is one of his first big. This may have been
Wow.
his first Rumble, I think.
Holy shit. Yeah, he came in lighting things up. Well, Conrad, we've not had anybody eliminated in quite a while.
Now we're trying to fill it up, man, as we get ready for number 22.
Wow, new day.
I'm sorry, number 23. Number 23, is he with WWE or no?
He is. Oh, he's going to throw out Cesaro. Weren't they a tag team at one time? No, they both are going.
The Bar. That's what they would become known as.
Yeah. Jericho got rid of both of them. New Day is out. I like the little storylines going on within the show here.
That's what makes the Rumble the Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. And credit to, was it a Pat Patterson idea, the Rumble?
It was indeed.
Yeah, of course it was. All great ideas were. Before we go, this next guy is still with WWE.
You nailed it. In at number 23.
Wow. Anyway, so congratulations to Pat Patterson again. The ghost of Pat Patterson with coming up with a great idea.
Did you say the ghost of Pat Patterson?
The ghost of Pat Patterson. Yeah, I mean, can congratulate Pat. He's no longer with us, but I congratulate his ghost because his ghost may be around here somewhere. So I was saying that normally battle royals suck, but normally there's been some good ones. But by doing a Royal Rumble, they've turned a battle royal into something pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Battle Royal sucks. Royal Rumble's cool.
Yeah. So good job, Pat Patterson. Again, just amazing mind for the business. Sami Zayn into a cutter. Wow. Giving Randy Orton some great spots, aren't they? Surprised. So he and Orton were a team back then, or?
Yeah, they're friendly, and at one point they became tag champs, and
okay,
storyline would evolve a few different times, but ultimately they're going to be opponents at WrestleMania.
It's amazing how different Dean Ambrose and Jon Moxley are.
How so?
Just the way, just the look. You know, John doesn't have that hair anymore, doesn't have the tank top on, just the presentation.
Here comes Dolph Ziggler, still with WWE.
Yeah.
It's a runaway now. I think the AEW influence is dissipating.
I never met Dolph, obviously met his brother, but sure would like to.
Dolph is a cool guy, and he puts you over.
Yeah.
I saw at a house show once, they did a little pre-tape to play through the arena with a local announcer.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a local announcer. It was WWE announcer, but it wasn't Michael Cole or whatever.
Right.
But they're backstage, and he's wearing one of our Pritchard Show podcast T-shirts.
Wow.
And they introduce him, and he walks into the scene and yells, "Tony Schiavone!"
Yeah, jeez.
Of course, it wasn't you. You were around the window number 2.
Mm-hmm. Doing Starbucks stuff.
I really, 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 really wish I could go back in time and go through your drive-through one good time.
I wish you could too, because I would piss in your coffee.
I don't drink it, so it would have been jokes on you. You wasted your urine.
No, it'd have been great because I could hand you a can of or a cup of piss and wouldn't have to worry about where it goes. Just know that I handed it to you. That would have been great.
Are you going to try to hand me a cup of piss this weekend in St. Louis?
Who's next? Yes, they're still the WWE. Oh my gosh.
It's your boy. It's Luke Harper.
Wow.
Isn't this crazy, dude?
Just crazy.
This was just 5 years ago.
I know. One of the great men that I've ever met in the business.
Tell me the Wyatts weren't over.
Oh, yeah. They were over.
Oh, speaking of over, so is Apollo Crews. He's over and out. So coming up next, we're down to our last nitty gritty. We got 5 left. Luke Harper's number 25.
Next one's going to be Layla Hirsch. Am I right?
Nope, there will not be a woman in the Rumble.
Well, I missed that.
Guess again.
Wow, look at that. He took out Bray, going after both of them.
How do you not love Luke Harper?
Man, I'll tell you, for a big guy, he could do some shit, couldn't he?
Yeah, buddy.
Boy, he was so athletic. So freaking athletic.
Especially
None
Or-
of that. I've often thought, and he's not the first one to do this. I've often thought that how difficult would it be to wrestle in jeans?
right?
Jesus, I've often said, man, that's not a character. I mean, obviously Dean Ambrose has jeans on as well, but just, I don't know. Tights, yeah, I get it. That's the way it should be, but not the old jeans, buddy. So we're down to number 26 here.
Yep, and it's a big star, Bubba.
Is it ever? Holy shit.
Right? Here comes Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate.
That's right. Now, you think Paulie's not going to blow up walking down here? He's going to have a pumpkin pie halfway down.
Why are you so mean to Paul?
I'm not mean. I'm just.
He loves
Look,
you.
Oh, right.
Seriously, we talk about you at least once.
Well, then you know what? He's lying to you because he doesn't love me.
What does that mean?
That means that he doesn't love me. If you say we talk about you and he all puts you up bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
So now I'm a liar.
No, he's lying to you.
Oh, why is he lying to me?
Well, that's what he is. Oh, look at this, man. Brock's getting rid of people right and left. Oh.
What would he gain from lying to me?
Well, once you're a carny, always a carny, I think. Watch out. Ooh.
Tony, you once gave a listener of ours a bag of your dog hair.
Yeah.
And
what does that mean?
Are you saying Paul Heyman's a carny? You had your son signed a Georgia Bulldog hat and tried to sell it on eBay.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman's a carny?
Don't listen. That was Chris Schiavone's idea, not mine.
He shot out of your dick. True or false? You need to take an accountability for the things that come out of your penis.
Not when they're in their 30s. I'm not. No. Does Larry Thompson always agree with your language?
Yeah, he uses way worse language than me. Coming up next, one of the big stars that is no longer in wrestling or WWE or AEW right now, but I still think he's going to pop up somewhere. There he is. It's Enzo.
Really? You think he's going to pop up somewhere?
Man, absolutely. Timing's everything.
I know, but there's something else too. I may be wrong, and I may have heard this wrong. And correct me. You may know. You probably would know. Is he difficult to deal with behind the scenes? Have you heard that?
Never heard that. I've talked to him twice.
All right.
Cool to me both times.
Okay. Well, again, he could be cool to you, but then get a bad rap with the boys behind the scenes. I don't know. I've heard that. At least I thought I heard it, and I may be completely wrong. I may be wrong. Hopefully I am, because had a hell of a presence. Great rap. Look at them all laying around Brock Lesnar.
He just destroyed them all, including Enzo. Enzo's out of here.
Yeah.
In and out. 3 guys remain, and they are 3 big stars. Any guesses for who's next?
One's going to be Roman Reigns.
Correct.
Okay. The other one is going to be, what's his name? Jesus.
A returning superstar that is maybe the reason we picked him first as a topic. It's WCW World Champion
Goldberg.
Yes. And then we've got one last one. And he is
the other member. Wait a minute, the other member of the Shield?
Nope. One of the biggest stars in the history of WWE.
Oh, The Undertaker.
You got it.
Okay.
So this is the moment everybody was waiting on. Goldberg's return to WWE. And look, the ring is cleared. All the bodies are strewn around. and Brock Lesnar standing tall, waiting for Goldberg. And of course, Goldberg's doing his old classic WCW entrance here, standing in the pyro.
Yeah, that's gotta freaking hurt.
Probably not good for your lungs either.
No, you're right.
That's how you get COVID. You ever let somebody blow it in your face like that?
What? No, blow COVID in my face? No.
No, I meant the pyro.
Pyro, no. I've had pyro hit on me, hit all around me, and burn me.
You did that in AEW, didn't you?
Jericho Cruise.
Yeah.
Wow. Wind is blowing right in our face, and the pyro is right in front of us. Look at him standing here for this.
Everybody's ready, man. Like, this is the original Goldberg versus the more modern Goldberg, and boom, spear takes him down.
Okay, so smart me up. What's the more modern Goldberg now? Oh, boy. No one expected that, did they?
No.
No one.
No one. People are stunned. People are shocked. And now we know we've got a WrestleMania opportunity set up here for Goldberg and Lesnar. And he's yelling at him one more time.
So what's the more modern Goldberg again? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying the way Brock had just came in and just mowed everybody down.
Yeah.
In this match we just watched, you saw it was just bodies laying around, and then he's standing in the middle. It's kind of Goldberg-esque.
Right. Gotcha.
But I think when you think about a modern Goldberg now in 2022, I mean, if you're thinking like I'm thinking, and I'm thinking like you're thinking Hook.
Right.
Hook's had short matches, mostly submission style, big fanfare.
Yeah.
Probably not going to see him do a 20-minute traditional wrestling match anytime soon.
No.
But just mowing motherfuckers down.
Yeah, but the kid probably could because he's such a great athlete. What a story, huh? Isn't it? I mean, no one saw this coming.
Taz,
I don't think. Well, Taz, yeah, of course, Taz has confidence in his kid, and rightfully so. He should.
Taz has what?
Confidence in his kid.
Taz has what?
Confidence. Oh, confidence.
I just kept hitting it over and over. Hang in there, Tony. You'll get it. Get that Prevagen going.
Oh, geez, but Tyler is such a great young man. God, everybody backstage loves him.
Go back and bleep out what you just said.
What's that?
His name is Hook.
Oh, well, everybody's got a real name.
Yeah, but boy,
and people know what his real name is.
Pete's gonna have a word with you.
Go back and. His name is Taz, not Pete. Okay. Hey, Schiavone, I heard you guys talking about us on your show.
You let Tyler's name fall out of your mouth on your little show? Well, Connie? What the fuck you think you are, Schiavone? His name's fucking Hook, you fucking mark. Eat it right. Tell him to go get a Send Hook t-shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. Fuck out of here.
It's a hell of a moment here, too, isn't it? Wow.
And that means number 30. And boy, they've been trying to push this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
As you recall, Roman Reigns was in the main event of WrestleMania out in the San Francisco area.
Yeah.
For WrestleMania 31 in 2015. And he didn't make it. Seth Rollins won it instead. But then in 2016, they're still trying to figure out, hey man, how do we make Roman the top guy? And he's coming in at number 30. And I think most people assumed Roman was going to win. And here's a spoiler for you. That is not the case. Roman does not win. Do you remember who wins this, Tony?
The Undertaker does.
He does not.
Okay. Randy Orton did.
You got it. I was hoping you were going to say Sami Zayn. You did not.
Okay. This was when they were trying to push Roman Reigns as the babyface, right?
Yeah, Roman Reigns is a babyface.
Right. But he's a heel now.
He's a heel now, correct.
Right. And he's having his best success as a heel right now.
That'd be an accurate statement.
Because he's got The blimp.
Paul Heyman,
Paul Heyman. I'm sorry. Paul Heyman is his manager.
the humble advocate.
Yeah, right. So we're waiting on Roman Reigns to finish it out. You know what? An hour goes by pretty quickly on these things.
Man, it's a good time, and which is why I think you should join us in St. Louis. To be clear, I'm not going to the Royal Rumble, but I am going to plug in my Apple TV and fire up my Peacock, and we'll have some pizzas or what have you, and watch Royal Rumble 2022 with Eric Bischoff and Jeff Jarrett and Cassio Kidd and Dave Silva and Mike Dawkins and Tony Schiavone.
Okay, I get it now. So you guys are going to be in St. Louis because
Yep.
Royal Rumble is there this weekend.
Yes.
Oh. People are going to say, Schiavone is really fucking out of touch. And you would be right.
You would be.
Yeah. Didn't he know when Royal Rumble was? Basically because I don't give a fuck when Royal Rumble is.
Well, no, I don't either.
Right.
Oh man, I got a great story to tell you off air.
Okay.
I was at WWE this past Friday for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Nashville, and I was doing some stuff during the day that I can't reveal yet.
Yeah.
And Jeff Jarrett was there and Eric Bischoff was there. So it was kind of a fun little fellowship deal.
Right.
But afterwards, I went across the street and ate a steak at the Palm.
Yeah.
And I had a friend of ours join us.
Yeah.
And then some drunk strangers happened to cross our table.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a story.
All right.
But yeah, I would love for you to, if you're into it, man, if you'd hop in the car and ride with us, that would be so fun. Lots of fellowship. Even if you just did if you flew, that'd be fine too. But a road trip with Cassio, Silva, and Tony seems like a lot of fun to me.
Are you driving that real comfortable car of yours?
We're going to be driving my white BMW truck.
Okay.
Me and Cassio will alternate. Of course, we want to get there and live, so we won't let Silva touch the wheel.
I get that.
By the way, if you'd like to join us, because it sounds like Tony might be, it's JeffandEricLive.com. Tickets are on sale now. Doors open early for VIP, so you get the best seat in the house. You also get a piece of swag that you can't get anywhere else. That's not for sale. And then you get autographed pictures with both Jeff Jarrett and Eric Bischoff. And they'll sign whatever you want. You get your picture made with the guys. And then you're going to hear some stories that you can't hear anywhere else because we are not recording the show. So they're going to talk about Dixie Carter. They're going to talk about their most recent WWE run. They're going to talk about what Jeff is or isn't doing with his new wrestling promotion. And of course, we're going to have some surprise guests and maybe a slapdick. Who knows? But it's JeffandEricLive.com or EricandJeffLive.com.
Same location we did the show where Cassio pulled his pants down?
No, this is a different one. This is the South Broadway Athletic Club. It's just 2 miles from the Royal Rumble. So we'll be done hours before the show starts. So you'll just be able to if you want to, you could just walk the 2 miles and you're there in plenty of time. But you're only 2 miles from where the Royal Rumble is, and we'll be done in plenty of time.
I like the stare down going on right here. It's pretty cool.
Show will be done by 5, and the show starts local time at 7. The Royal Rumble does. So our show, easy for me to say, starts at 3. We're finished by 5. You got 2 hours to go 2.4 miles. You'll still see the Royal Rumble on plenty of time. So now we're down to our final 4, and Tony, you know what that means in Royal Rumble lore. The final 4 are the guys that the company sees the most confidence in, and probably going to have the biggest year. Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt.
And no, Jericho saves himself.
If you could be anybody in this, if you could be Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, or Bray Wyatt, so you're going to quantum leap yourself into their deal, who would you be?
I would be Jericho.
Jericho's lived a fun life.
Yes, he has. hell of a stare down going on. You know, they do such a great job production-wise in shooting their shows here.
I agree.
I'm not so sure. I think they've changed a little bit from what I understand, the way they shoot the shows. But here, they just really do a great job of building up the drama of what's going on here, because it is drama. You're wondering who's going to help whom. I mean, they started out with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, you know, helping each other out. So Bray now is watching this. And I guess fans are thinking that Roman Reigns is going to win this, right? They're trying to play Booker, guess.
I'm a big Bray Wyatt fan. Excited to see what he's doing next. Really glad to see the evolution of Roman Reigns. But I mean, it's interesting to think about how all of this has evolved. You know, like right now, as we're talking, Randy Orton is in a tag team with Matt Riddle, and Bray Wyatt became the Fiend and is now out of all the spotlights.
Right.
Roman Reigns, who the fans at this point in the crowd are booing, now embraced the whole heel persona. He's got his own little faction, and oh man, how about that? RKO from the spear, clothesline over the top. That gets it done. Randy Orton is your winner, and he's on his way to WrestleMania. He's got a title shot. So a lot of people, I guess, at this point assume WrestleMania is going to look like John Cena and Randy Orton. That will not be the case. John Cena is going to drop the belt in just 2 weeks to Bray Wyatt. So it'll wind up being Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. So what'd you think, man? You watched this back for the first time in 5 years. This was your first show back as a wrestling fan, and however long. What'd you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle?
No, thumbs up. And I, you know, realistically, I enjoyed it much more this time than I did when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Because when I first watched it, I was thinking, you know what? I don't really want to watch this.
I get that.
But now that I watched it again, I enjoy how they build the drama up. I enjoy seeing Goldberg back. I enjoy now seeing guys who I now know and have worked with. It was bittersweet to see Luke Harper, obviously, because I got to know him. So yeah, it's much better for me this time personally, and I really enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed the Royal Rumble. I think it's a hell of a concept.
I hope we get to watch it together next weekend. By the numbers, Randy Orton won at number 23. He made it 20 minutes and 52 seconds. The guy who was in the longest was Chris Jericho. He was number 2, and he lasted 1 hour and 13 seconds. The most eliminations was 7. Braun Strowman was the guy who threw 7 individuals out.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.